Item number 5 relates to a financial policy for the city. Ms. Husking?
Mr. Mayor, I move that Resolution 2008-135, adopting a financial policy, be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Mr. Felix?
Mayor, members of council, back when you adopted your strategic plan, one of the components of that was to work on financial policies, and capital plans. This financial policy puts into place and into writing and combines the various other policies that we've had out there, the various practices that we have done but not officially written down, and it meets that guideline. Example of some of the policies and other items that have been approved that it condenses is the development fees, development processing fees. Those are separate resolutions elsewhere. It ties that together. Examples of some of the policies and procedures that we have done is our budget timeline. We've always been ahead of schedule. We've always used conservative budgeting to try and not stretch the revenues to make it work, and have to make mid-year corrections on the downward side. So this pretty well takes it all into account, lays out the debt policies that we've had, when we should finance, and guidelines like that. This policy has been done and presented to you in a work session. I've incorporated the couple of changes that were mentioned in there, clarification on accountant speak to make it more readable to the general public. It has been passed through our financial advisor, who had some additional input that was very helpful. The bond rating agencies have seen it. While they cannot, for various legal reasons, give opinions and consult on it, one of them said they thought it was a very good policy, a very solid policy. I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys might have on this.
Mr. Reardon?
I have a brief comment, Mr. Mayor. I really believe that this document is a good example of a policy document. It lays out in simple terms how we do what we do and why we do it. So I think you did an excellent job. We talked about this before offline, and I understand it. So I think it's, I appreciate it.
Yeah. And if I may pick up on what Mr. Reardon said, our financial policy, our annexation policy, our human resources policy are amongst many, many things that came out of our strategic planning process a couple of years ago. They are formalizing the expectations of council and city staff for our own operations. They, in fact, through the strategic plan, set forth the policy by which this council intends that the city conduct its business. I commend all of them to you as they appear on the city's website. It lets you know how your community intends to do business, how it intends to serve the public, and be good stewards of your revenues that we do collect. So, any other comments? All in favor? Thank you, Mr. Felix. And item number 6, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that Resolution 2008-136, FY 2009 reimbursement of certain capital expenditures be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Mr. Felix.
Mayor, members of council, this is an annual resolution that we do. It's a bookkeeping one, so to speak. IRS guidelines require that if we intend to finance something more than 30 days after we purchase it, we must pass this type of resolution showing our intent to finance it. We always purchase the equipment during the year when we need it, when it may come available, and we package all the items at the end of the fiscal year and put out one financing bid. It's advantageous for us to do it, then we know exactly how much we need to bid. When final prices come in, we aren't short or over on our financing amount. So it works best for us to do it this way. It saves everyone money, doesn't leave us out hanging. So typical bookkeeping follow through. So I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Questions or comments? All in favor? It's unanimous. Thanks, Mr. Felix. Mr. Blanchard, item 7, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move that Resolution 2008-137, reappointing Thomas Hessler and Earl M. Devine to the Municipal Property Corporation, said terms to expire September the 11th, 2011, be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Neither Mr. Essler nor Mr. Devine are here. Nonetheless, all in favor? It's unanimous. Mr. Johnson, item 8, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that Resolution 2008-138, reappointing John Nelson and Amy Metz and appointing Steve Giconti to the Airport Commission, said terms to expire October 12th, 2010, be approved.
Second.
And Ms. Metz is here. Is Mr. Nelson here? I think not. All in favor? Congratulations, Amy. Item number 9, Mr. Johnson, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that Resolution 2008-139, appointing George Watkins and Emily Call to the Youth Commission, said terms to expire July 9, 2010, be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Are they here?
And Mr. Watkins is here.
Mr. Watkins?
And I don't see, Mrs. Call is not here this evening.
Thank you for serving, sir. All in favor? Unanimous.